The good life, full of fun.
Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen. It's Bada Bing Sunday. We're gonna make some potato pancakes. What are those? I'll tell you what we used to do in our house. In our house, certainly down the restaurant, my father would make large portions of homemade mashed potatoes. And we made, a day ago, we made roasted garlic mashed potatoes, cooking in Italian, forget about it, Italian style. They're absolutely delicious. So anytime you have leftover mashed potatoes, we would make a patty with it. So essentially we're gonna take leftover mashed potatoes, we're gonna mix it with a couple of just absolutely phenomenal little ingredients. We're gonna mix it up, we're gonna make a patty out of it, and then we're gonna fry it in a pan in a puddle of olive oil, and then we're gonna plate it with a little marinara sauce. And it was just a great little accent to often our lunches or a quick little meal on a cold fall day. So excited to bring this recipe with you. It's gonna be great, it's fantastic, it's quick, it's fun, and it's a great way to share some extra leftover mashed potatoes and step it up out of the box a little bit. One other thing I talked about on one of our other videos, if you wanna learn how to make our roasted garlic mashed potatoes, there's a video already posted on YouTube, is my dad used to make fried pasta, fried spaghetti. So I wanna share that with you as well. We talked about it yesterday, it was a great little recipe. So to get started, you're gonna get some leftover mashed potatoes. Now you can use fresh mashed potatoes if you want, but this is just a great way to use those leftovers, which is fantastic. So we got some leftover roasted garlic, Italian, cooking Italian, which I can't even talk sometimes, I get so excited. Cooking Italian with Joe, Italian, forget about it style. But I want to tell you, those mashed potatoes have just some awesome flavors. So they already have roasted garlic, they already have some cheese in there, it's got a little nutmeg, it's got cream and butter. So they're really flavored up really well, but we want to even step it up a little bit more. So you're going to start with some mashed potatoes, and we're going to use a nice big hunk of it, a nice big slab of it. Okay, so we're going to use about half of that. And then to that, just to give it a little bit more depth to it, we're going to add half a cup breadcrumbs. We're going to add 1 cup of a mix of Parmesan Romano cheese. We're going to use a little parsley just for to dress it up a little bit. And then we've got 2 eggs. The eggs mixed with the breadcrumbs, you just want to get it together and give it like a I don't want to say a cakey feel, but something that's going to give you a little body to it, a little depth to it. It's going to be absolutely delicious, a lot of depth. Really fantastic flavor and a lot of fun. And these things, I'll tell you, just smelling, just getting ready to make these totally brings me back to my dad's restaurant. And we grew up in Borio's restaurant, and down in Borio's they had this big huge fryer. My dad used to make just absolute magic out of that thing. So excited to bring this recipe with you. So with the Magic TV, I'm gonna get a bowl, we're gonna get started. Okay, there's our bowl. So I'm gonna just move this out of the way. We're gonna do an ice cream scooper just to kind of get, uniform size to them. I've got a baker's knife, makes it a little easier to get off of there after you make a patty, okay? So I'm gonna grab this, and everybody's gonna ask me, and I don't blame you, you're gonna ask me like an amount. So essentially what I've got here, there you go, is about 3 to 4 russet potatoes, mashed potato left, okay? So that gives you kind of a heads up. Oh, I tell you, just the smell of that is absolutely delicious. We did a nice little dent, but I didn't want to eat it all because I knew we were going to make this video today, all right? So there's my mashed potatoes, okay? And this is really easy. I'm going to take my 2 eggs, okay? And if you guys remember, I always tell you, crack an egg over something clear. You can tell if there's any shell. I always like to mix it up really good before I put it in there, just so that the egg is fully mixed before I put it in there, okay? Look at that, isn't that beautiful? All right, so that's gonna be my egg. I'm gonna throw some breadcrumbs in there. Beautiful, okay? I'm gonna throw some cheese in there, which is just gonna give it something delicious. We're gonna wanna add some salt. We're gonna wanna add some pepper. We're gonna wanna add some olive oil. I wonder where I would get olive oil from. Oh yeah, oh my gosh, Vito and Joe's, shameless plug, extra virgin olive oil. So if you guys are looking for a really high quality olive oil, we've got a farm right in Italy. We put together with some farms out there to make you an absolutely delicious Puglia raised, it's Ogliari or Lecce olive, extra virgin olive oil. It's absolutely delicious. So something to check out. I'm gonna throw our salt in there. Now the cheese has got salt in it, so you guys know. And there's a little salt already in the mashed potatoes, so you don't go too crazy with your salt. In this case, if you made the roasted garlic mashed potatoes, which I don't know what other mashed potato you want to make, to be honest with you. Do you guys feel it's Bada Bing Sunday? You guys feeling it out there? It is Bada Bing Sunday. Okay, look at that, beautiful. And then I need to throw some olive oil on there, so give me a second, Magic TV. And there's a nice little bit of olive oil. Okay, so we got about a 1/4 cup tops, maybe a little less than that, okay? And again, this is kind of a hodgepodge, so don't get too hung up on ingredients, but just to give you a heads up. Now this is something, if you can let the mashed potatoes warm a little bit, it'll make it easier to mix, okay? So if you pull them right out of the fridge, they're gonna be a little bit harder. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix this, right? You got a nice, isn't that beautiful? Oh, it smells good right now, I'm gonna tell you that, look at that, right? I mean, can you smell and sense and taste the mixture and hodgepodge of goodness? So in Italian, you call it mista, a mix. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix this for a moment. I'm gonna tune right back with you guys when we're ready. We're gonna start making patties with our ice cream scooper. And we're gonna have some fun here on Forget About It, Bada Bing, Cooking Italian with Joe Borio, Italian style. I'll talk to you guys in a minute. All right, so I got a good mix of that just for the last couple of minutes, okay? So that is all mixed perfect. You can smell the butter, the cream. Oh my God, that is so delicious. All right, so can you guys smell that? Can you taste it? And what's gonna be really great about this, especially when you put the cheese in there, is it gives you that, that little bit of crunch. You know, if you take Parmesan or Romano cheese and you fry it, you get a nice little bit of crunch, which is absolutely delicious. One of my recommendations I said earlier is if you use the ice cream scooper, they're all gonna be about uniform size. So it prevents family fights about who's got more. No, I'm just kidding. But it just allows everything to cook, so if you put it all in at one time, everything will cook. Look at that, so it's like a little mini patty, right? So I'm gonna put together, why don't I do 4 of these really quick, right? And boy, this puts me right back in the restaurant with my dad. My dad was the king of how to take leftovers, you know, because you're in a business, so hey, how do you take leftover pasta? I used to take, like I said, pasta or mashed potatoes, and you'd usually have some type of a beef burgundy or something left over and down at the restaurant, or some type of a stew, and put it over the top of the fried pasta or the potato patties, you know, and put a special out at the bar. Oh, you know, you don't realize how much you learn from your dad or your grandparents. You're just picking up all that great cooking technique and skills and little tips and stuff that you can take with a lifetime. All right, here we go. So now I've got these patties, right? So I'm gonna just put these patties on my little baker's knife, okay? And then I'm gonna have you guys follow me over to the chemistry department, which is gonna be the stove. So come on right over here. All right, guys, welcome back. All right, so what we've got going on here is a cast iron pan. And one of the little tips I'm gonna give you is you want a bath of olive oil. If you just put a little bit on the bottom, what'll happen is it won't fry it in the degree you want. It won't. You almost want to. You're not quite deep frying it, but you're almost there. Okay, so you don't want to pan fry it or sear it. You want to actually get a little bath of oil in there to give it a nice crisp with all the cheese and all that gooey goodness in there. It's going to be absolutely delicious. So and cast iron always gives you a better heat distribution, and it retains the heat. So you're not trying to. The heat doesn't fluctuate so much when you put something cool in there. A lot of times another pan will cool down quickly. Cast iron won't do that, so that's why cast iron is ideal for this type of application, okay? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take our patties. Now this is gonna fire back on me a little bit, all right? But that's okay. That's beautiful, look at that, right? Pop that right in there, oh, ho, ho. Look at that. You can smell the gooey goodness right now. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? I gotta tell you, immediately the smell. See how they're in a little bit of a bath? And you can smell that? Ugh. Now you know why it's Bada Bing Sunday. I wasn't screwing around with you, right? That is good. You know, you always wish, you know, you guys are watching this on TV, but you wish you could really hear, even though you can hear the little fry and crackle, you wish you could really hear it, and you really wish you could smell it, you know? Just that, you know, I was thinking that Willy Wonka, like, you know, television, smell-o-vision, if you could just whip that through the TV, it'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? So this is just giving you that nice crisp, that nice fry. It's gonna warm and melt all the cheese that's in there from the mashed potatoes we made yesterday into the new cheese that we put in today. The egg is gonna solidify. It's gonna give it a nice depth, rich flavor, but it's also gonna add a little bit of firmness to it along with those breadcrumbs. Salt and pepper, oh, it's gonna be absolutely delicious. So this just take us about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. And then when we're done, we're gonna, like I said, after 2 to 3 minutes, we're gonna gently flip it. When we're done with that, we're gonna plate it in a puddle of marinara. It's gonna be absolutely delicious. I'll talk to you guys in a couple minutes. All right, so I just want to show you, it's been about 3 minutes. Now the goal here is just to be really careful, obviously because you're dealing with some hot oil, okay? But I want to show you how perfect these came out. Look at that. Is that absolutely beautiful? Can you see that? The crisp. And that's that cheese, you know, you've got butter in here. Oh my God, it's just absolutely perfect. So I like just to use a double spatula and just scrape it off the back. Look at that, and that nice little technique right there. That's Joe Borio Sr., my father, Giuseppe Borio. From a little town of Cosioli, where my son's actually going to culinary school. Isn't that a gift right there? Just if you guys haven't checked our Facebook out. So my son Joey. There you go. So I got to tell you, just the smell. So just think about it. You've got the cheese, the egg, the breadcrumbs, the salt, the pepper, that nutmeg, the cream. Oh my gosh. I mean, all of those beautiful flavors, that depth of flavor, just coming out in that nice hot oil. And it just warms the inside, gets it nice and gooey. You plate it, little sauce on the side. Oh my God. This is gonna be good stuff. I won't probably always share this with you guys, but I'm probably gonna eat all 4 of those when I'm done. I'll talk to you guys in a few minutes. All right guys, here we go. I've got 3 out already. I'm gonna just pop that last one right there. Oh, I'll tell you, the smell in here, absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Totally like my dad's kitchen. And let me tell you, growing up as a kid, that is absolutely the best place to be. All right, so what we've got is just total deliciousness. So the smell, like I said, the butter, the cream, the mashed potato that's in there, that little bit of nutmeg, the cheeses, oh, it's just fantastic. In fact, I got to just, for the sake of quality assurance here, I got to take a look. Oh yeah. I mean, that doesn't need anything. Doesn't even need salt. It's absolutely perfect. So I'm gonna grab my flipper here, and we wanna do the best part, which is plate it, take a couple of beautiful pictures for our website, okay? And then what we wanna do is we wanna eat it. So let me grab 2 of these pretty ones right here, right? Isn't that great? Let's do that. Beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that just beautiful? All right guys, so I'm gonna throw some nice homemade sauce. Got a bay leaf in there, let me get that out of there. Nice beautiful homemade sauce off to the side. Oh my gosh, can you imagine? Look at that. A little bit of parsley for a dress photograph. That right there is Bada Bing Sunday, cooking in town with Joe, potato patties. That's good. We're gonna take a couple pics. Favorite part, taste it. Be right back. I'm gonna tell you, that is good. And how fitting to taste this with the sound of Frank Sinatra playing in the background. Is that absolutely delicious or what? So I wish you guys could smell it. You can't. I wish I could just do that and like give it to you. But unfortunately I have to make it yourself. That is good stuff. You know what I love? My parsley's blown off. Look how nice and crispy the outside is. Nice and gooey on the inside. Nice little marinara. Sometimes I taste it right after with you guys, and we have to edit it out because I burned my mouth. I keep laughing, I blow the parsley all over. Hold on a second. You can taste the garlic and the cheese. And the texture of that is so good. And you just put, just a little bit of the marinara, not a lot, just a little so it doesn't take over. And that little crunch on the outside with the cheese. Oh man. I gotta tell you something. I don't know when my dad's gonna watch this, but I think this is better than my father's. That's how good this is. Man, that's good. I'm definitely eating the rest of that plate after this camera goes up. And maybe the other 2. Guys, thanks so much for sharing Bada Bing Sunday with Cooking in Town with Joe, potato patties. It's great spending some time with you guys. Thanks so much for all the great comments. Don't forget to grab a great bottle of extra virgin Vito and Joe's olive oil. And thanks for letting me share my heritage, my traditions with you guys. Have a great week. Spend some time with your family in the kitchen. Until next week, mwah, bon appetito.
It's the good